Hello everybody, welcome to Gifted podcast number 3. Today I've got two big guests here. I've got Victoria's owner Delle and gifted athlete 2 Rhys the Djerke. How we doing, boys?
I'm all good. Thanks for having us on.
No, I'm good, bro. Thanks for having me on.
Just first question, just introduce yourselves to the people.
Rhys the Djerke, 18 years old, gifted athlete number 2.
Just with Delle, I guess I go as, rugby league athlete, clothing brand owner, and that's me.
100%. So what backgrounds do you guys come from?
So mum's just full Australian and then dad's Croatian, so I guess half Croatian.
My mum's Aussie, and my dad's from Ghana in Africa.
Oh, sweet. Talk about your footy beginnings and how did it start for both of you guys? How did footy start? Like, where did you find footy and how did you really fall in love with footy, I guess?
Growing up, obviously, played since I was a junior from under 7s, started playing with the Valley Dragons, and then as we growing up, I moved clubs to the Buffs and played a fair few of my junior footy there. Then now moved on to the Bushies, but just loved it since I was a kid and just kept on playing with it, I guess.
Me, I started pretty late. I started when I was about 10, under 10s, at South Tuggeranong Knights, just up here in Gordon. I started there, played there for 2 years, and then went to Valley Dragons as well. That's where I played on my juniors. Then slowly, I think under 17s, moved over to Queanbeyan Blues.
Yeah, sweet as. What are your goals for the rest of the year for both of you in footy wise? What are your goals?
I suppose for me, it's probably just playing good, consistent footy and just keep going at it and staying focused and probably getting the rewards of training harder and hopefully get a crack at Flegg at the end of the year. That's obviously the main goal, but little steps towards it, keep going at them.
Yeah, me, bro, I'm not even going to play for the rest of the year because of my hammy, which is pretty shit, but I think, the main focus for me is just getting back, training hard, getting the hamstring strong, and as soon as that's done, just work hard for the rest of the year. I'll have a fair bit off until next year's pre-season, so just get into the best shape that I can and, get ready for wherever I end up. So
yeah, sweet. So basically you've sort of answered that already, but how do you guys think you can reach those goals and what can you do to get closer to those?
I suppose for me it's probably just trying to get train as best as I can, be the best person and physically, mentally, going into a pre-season or train on trial. So I'm prepared for anything that's thrown at me.
I'd probably just say obviously the training, diet, you just really want to focus on everything. Especially in the off seasons, I like to, work on my speed, mobility, your stretching, sleeping, eating. You have to, if you want to make it to the top, you really got to, work on everything that goes into trying to be a professional athlete. Just got to work hard and all round, eh?
Yeah. What motivates you guys in sport or life in general? What's the main key motivation you guys have?
For me, it's probably just trying to be the best version of me. I guess trying to be at the top and try to stay there, but obviously you got to work your way up there.
I'd say what motivates me, bro, probably, my belief in God, my faith. I feel like, every day you wake up, it's just a new opportunity. Just having that belief in God, I just want to be the best person that I can be through sports and out of sports as well, and then definitely my family and that, they motivate me. Growing up was, sort of a little bit tough and, I just want to, give everyone around me, the best life that I possibly can and, that's why I dream big and, chase those dreams every day. But, I think just everyone around me, they all motivate me to do what I do and, I just want to give everyone around me a better life, eh?
Yeah, that's awesome, mate. I got a question for Jojo. It sort of builds off the last question, but what inspired you to start your brand, Victorious? What inspired you to start that up?
Sort of just, I don't know, bro. I just wanted to start it. And then, you know, I told some of my boys that I was going to start it. I know I sort of like dressing good, I guess, like fashion, and I just thought it'd be cool to, you know, start my own brand, and especially the meaning behind it, you know, what it means, you know, wearing them clothes every day, you know, wearing clothes that have like a meaning behind it. And yeah, I thought it was just a cool idea, and then I just ran with it, and, you know, the meaning behind it as well, sort of the way that I live my life, and, you know, I feel like it all comes into one, you know, with, you know, my life, the brand, sport, and I feel like it's all like together in one, eh?
Yeah. Well, your motto is take what's yours.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? Like your motto, what does that mean to you?
To me, bro, I don't know, basically just exactly what it is, you know. I feel like, again, you know, every day you have opportunity, or like anything in this life, like you can have it, but, you know, like you basically just got to go take what's yours, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
so yeah, like, I don't know. Obviously, like with footy and that was like the main thing where I got it from. You know, you want to make the NRL, like no one's stopping you by yourself.
Yeah.
So you just got to take what's yours. That's pretty much it, bro.
Yeah. Well, question for Rhys. Can we expect any content from you in the future? Like anything like content wise, like vlogging or anything like that? Can we
Any thoughts or what?
Nah, maybe a bit later down the track. Obviously, just got to kind of worry about this year's problems and goals. And once maybe I do end up down in Sydney or wherever I end up, then I could possibly look towards that content side of things. But right now, my main goal is just footy at the moment, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, sweet. Another question for Rhys. So when you say you want to join Flegg next year and stuff like that, is the goal to play next to Jojo? Is that something you'd be very interested in, or?
Obviously, that would be ideal, but wherever like an opportunity is, I'm happy to go there. Obviously, he's out of Flegg next year, so the opportunity of us probably playing together won't happen a bit later down the track, but that would be a pretty cool goal playing with this guy.
Full circle, eh?
Yeah, but just keen to end up wherever.
Yeah, another question for Jojo. Was there any fear with starting your brand, like with like I don't know, like hate or anything like that? Did any fear come into it, or maybe not being successful and stuff like that? Did that come into play anything, or?
I'm not really scared of failing in anything, bro. Like, you know, I'll take that risk. I don't care what anyone else thinks about it. Like, that's just how I am. Like, I'll just do what I want to do and work hard, and yeah, I wasn't too worried about, you know, I wasn't feared about anything. Like, obviously, it's hard, but, you know, me as a person, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I follow through with it as well. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep on doing it until it gets successful.
Yeah, awesome. Well, yeah, I hope success comes to you, man, for sure, because you inspired me a lot to start the brand. So yeah, it's pretty cool working with you, man. So what can we expect next from Victorious? What's next for Victorious?
What's next? Yeah, I just really want to lock down on content, obviously podcasts and that, vlogs. Yeah, just share our brand story a little bit more, you know, what we're about. And then, just really want to build up our fan base, build community for the people that follow us and that. And, you know, get some more followers on board. And then, probably, what we got coming up next is, you know, a hoodies drop. But yeah, I think the content comes first when you're trying to do these type of things. And then the clothes come second. But obviously, yeah, you still want to have like good quality clothes and that. But I think the content, like you have to have the fans there.
Yeah.
Like to sell the clothes, otherwise you're just gonna be buying these clothes for no one. But yeah, that's probably what's coming next, bro.
Well, yeah, awesome. If you were to give advice to anyone who wants to start a brand or a business or anything like that, what would you give to them?
Probably just say you need to be passionate about it. Like, it's pretty tough, like trying to start, you know, there's a lot of late nights, you know, editing, planning, this, that, and if your heart's not fully in it, like you're gonna start and you're just gonna fall off. Like, you see so much clothing brands these days, like it's saturated, like clothing brands are saturated right now, and like you see them, they'll go for like a year and then you won't see them again. So if your heart's not in it, I probably wouldn't start. You know, make sure you're passionate about it, and then when you do start, you just need to be disciplined. You know, like you got to know what your goal is, and you just got to do everything in your power to get there.
Yeah, 100%. Question for Rhys. You've been playing some good footy this year, man. Playing a lot of different positions and stuff like that, and switching around between first grade and 19s. Has there any like pressure come from that, or like you feel any pressure kind of doing the being a big you're a big vocal leader in the 19s team? Is there any pressure that comes with that?
Nah, I guess suppose maybe first couple games playing first grade, kind of like just like getting to know the boys and like trying to play my brand of football with them boys and like getting to know each other. I guess that was a bit nerve-wracking at the start, but as the games went on and as I got there, it was pretty good. And then obviously did my hammy and then still coming back from that. But nah, coming down to 19s is always good fun playing with the boys that I grew up with. Like played a fair few of football with like Terrell and Wooly and all them boys. So like I guess it's just come natural just playing with all them boys. And nah, it's been good. And I guess I don't know they've helped me play better this year like everyone else.
Has there been any like big developments you'd say in your game from going to first grade? Obviously it's a lot more tougher and you sort of have to get the little things right a lot more. Is there big developments you could see in your game from this year? Or
definitely probably just my D, because obviously playing first grade you're versing full grown men, and like obviously if you're handling it up there, your confidence just stays, and when it comes down to 19s, it's just you kind of feel sweet to go at any moment. But definitely that, and then obviously just kind of my attack. If you're attacking well in first grade, obviously it's going to be a lot easier in 19s. But it's been good.
Have you had any welcome to first grade moments yet, or?
Nah, I don't know. Probably against Sharks, I guess. Nah.
What happened there? Go on, let the people know.
Nah, I don't know. Just
Big second row.
yeah, big second rowers. Yeah.
In the centers.
Yeah.
You had to move around a bit in that game, didn't you? So you moved from the half into the centres. Was that tough to adjust to, or?
I played a lot of centre, like coming up playing like the representative, like Monero and stuff. So it was a bit odd at start, but once we came into the game, it was not too bad. But definitely coming up against the big centre, he was pretty good footwork on him. But the OB's carries was not it.
So I'm going to ask one of these questions that we have from a Q&A that we put up on our Instagram. From Levi Hamlin, how was your journey from your first rep team to now for both of you?
I'll go first. My first rep team was obviously Monero to 16s, and that was a good experience. Obviously, that was a long time ago, and haven't played much rep football since then. Like only been in a couple squads, and I haven't played too much since then. But obviously, that's the goal to get back to it. But I don't know, it's been pretty good.
I can't remember what my first rep team was.
Too many, hey?
I think under my first year of under 15 schoolboys, that was pretty mad. There were some pretty big names there as well. Xavier Savage was playing there. Rhys Walsh, I think I versed him. But yeah, since then, it's been pretty good. A lot of learnings along the way. Like once you get into the rep scene, like there's a lot of stuff that goes on. That's not just footy, that factors into getting up to the top. So, yeah, a lot of learnings, and I don't want to talk down on the sport or anything, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into it of trying to make your way to the top. Makes it a lot harder, especially for the boys down in Canberra to make it out of here, because Canberra doesn't really get looked at. Like if you're from Canberra, it's pretty rare for boys to make it outside of Canberra, and then some stuff just makes it a little bit harder for us, but it is what it is, and we just got to keep on pushing on.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I've got another question for you. Obviously, you made the big move over to Sydney. Was there was there any fear going over there, moving, because you went to the Tigers and now you're at Bulldogs?
Yeah.
Was there any fear with moving over to Canberra, maybe friends and family, stuff like that? How was the move for you? How would you sum it up?
It was pretty mad, eh? I went with one of my other mates as well, Jackson On. We both moved at the time, both over to Tigers. We moved into the share house there, but I didn't really have any fear or doubt or anything. The pressure was on. I had to go there, just on trainer trial, so I had to earn myself the contract. But I feel like when the pressure's on me, that's when I perform my best. So I went there, trained hard, earned a contract 2 years. And yeah, it was pretty mad. Yeah, it was good. The boys in my team were mad as well. We had a good team there, and everyone was welcoming. And yeah, then played there for a little bit. After that year, actually played my first year SG ball and went to Flegg. And then yeah, I was there for a bit, and then only recently moved over to the Dogs.
Yeah. What was a big factor in moving over to the Bulldogs? Was there a big reason or anything like that? Or
At the start of this year, I was actually going to sign back with Raiders. I wanted to stay home, stay here in Canberra. But yeah, I just couldn't sort out the right deal for me to stay here, so went back up. Again, like I was sort of getting told or promised a lot of things with the Tigers, so I went back up, back to myself. I was training good, had a good pre-season and that, and then yeah, by the time the season come around, the coach pulled me in for a talk and said that I wasn't gonna be in the starting team basically, and then yeah, they were just asking me what I thought about it, and I said what I thought. Cause I definitely, I even know now, definitely that I should have been playing in that team. I know my abilities and yeah, just a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And then yeah, I just thought I'd back myself, go to the Dogs. Also got told some things that didn't end up happening, but it just is what it is.
It's just the life of footy, but
yeah. Rhys, you speaking about going to Flegg next year. Are there any any interests in you, or is there something you got to build towards?
I don't know at the moment. Just kind of they'll come. I guess that them talks or sort itself out at the end of the year when we kind of go through it. But at the moment, just worrying about getting myself ready for that stage kind of thing, because obviously I feel like I'm not there at the moment, but obviously pushing towards getting there.
Yeah. So I'll ask you about training. How often do you guys train in during the week? I know people see it on Victorious and stuff like that, and you see Rhys sometimes on the Instagram videos and stuff like that. But how much really goes into it? Like, how many days a week is there training, and what are the main components into your training?
I'll go obviously train 2 times a week with the club team. So Tuesday, Thursday. Obviously, I try to personally gym at least every day besides the Saturday, and then on the Sunday is recovery day. But obviously, just try to train as much as you can. Try to do the little extras because they all pay off at the end of the day. So, yeah, no.
Per se, it depends. Say when I am playing in season, I'll just go from when I was playing in the dog system. So I would have sometimes 3 training days, would have field and gym, sometimes 4. Then sometimes, I guess when you're at that level, on your days off, you can do extra gym in that. I was doing a little bit of extra gym, trying to get some content in that as well. But yeah, probably nearly end up every day besides Sunday. A lot goes into it, gym, videos, studying other teams. A lot of stuff behind the scene goes into it, to try to get ready for game day. I guess if you don't do the work during the week, you're not going to be confident once you get into the game. Yeah. So Jojo, what's next for you in footy? What's next for me, bro? I don't even know, to be honest. My injury come at pretty bad timing. I wanted to play the rest of this year, play well, and hopefully try to get something to do for NRL for next year. But obviously the injury come. So I think next year will probably, be New South Wales Cup, probably start off as a train on trial, or might go up to Queensland, play Q Cup. But yeah, I think negotiating will probably start next month for me. So yeah, probably just have to leave it to my manager and see what I can come up with. But yeah, not too sure at the moment.
Yeah, okay, cool. I know that you guys do a lot of watching footy, players and film and stuff like that. If there was one player that you could say you base your game around or watch a lot, who would that be and why?
Good question.
That is a good question. Obviously, probably at the moment, as much as I'd like to say it, Nathan Cleary, obviously, but to be honest, who suits my game the most is probably Moses or something, how he runs the ball and got a good kicking game. But Nathan's probably.
We all saw you ran the ball on the weekend, eh?
Yeah.
Big individuals and that.
Benji Marshall.
Nah.
Yeah, nah. For me, I wouldn't say there's just one exact person that I base my game around. I try, I've been playing mostly wing, so I try like study all the best wingers. So Brian Toto, Joseph Sualiti, Josh Adekar, and yeah, just try to take like.
Adeka.
Let's try.
Yeah.
Yeah, just try like study all them, bro, and just obviously they're pretty good players. So if I can take a little bit from all of them and try to put it into my game, I don't want to try to copy them because then that might take away from what I'm good at. But just studying them and see what they do, how they attack, how they run the ball. Especially Toto, like always finds his front, has the most run meters out of anyone. But yeah, probably just study probably them main three the most.
Yeah. Well, basing off that question, what would you say is your biggest strength in your game? Like, without giving away too much, obviously, because you don't want to give away too much with other teams watching and stuff like that. But what's your biggest strength you feel like in your game, and how do you utilise it best?
Nah, I feel like when I'm playing and I'm playing my best football is obviously me taking on the line, like as a half. Obviously, you don't want a half or anyone not scared to run the ball. So I feel like I'm at my dangerousness, like when I'm running the ball, playing up front, like playing hard and direct. But I like running the ball.
Me, I'd probably say obviously playing on the wing, my carries, especially out of yardage, like try to take as many carries as I can in a game. Don't want to be cocky, but I'm decent at finding my front and that, getting a quick play of the ball. So, yeah, especially like when you're getting kicked down into your own end, trying to get out of trouble, I'd probably just say I'm carries, but
Yeah. Well, we'll move away from footy, but just outside footy wise, what's your main goals in life? Like, what means a lot to you, and like, what's your goal?
You go first.
that's a tough question. Probably obviously the brand, but away from that, or obviously I want a successful brand and all the rest, but I'd probably just say, I don't know, just putting God first, being God fearing, just trying to be the best person I can be in that sense, be a good son, be a good partner, and I don't know for me, sort of, I don't try like be a role model or anything like that, but for all the people that are watching me, try to set a good standard of life, and try to live my life to the best that I can, and especially like for my brothers and that, all my mates and that. I know, just be like a good example of I don't know what you should be doing with your life. Obviously, I haven't done really anything in my life yet, like not mad successful or anything, but just being a hard working person and
Taking the steps towards it.
just sort of like that, bro.
Yeah. How about you, Rhys?
Nah, for me, obviously, it's probably just trying to be the best person for me and best person for the people around me. Obviously, trying to obviously be a role model for like my younger sister and like my little cousins and stuff. Just try to be like a good person for them to see growing up, and then obviously just helping out with my mum, my dad, like anyone who needs like the kind of help. Just yeah.
Well, Well, I heard Jojo talk about religion, and I know Rooster, you're big on religion too, and I think we all are. But so, what does your religion mean to you, and like, how much does it mean to you, and why?
Oh, it's everything, bro. Like putting God first. Like God to me means more than anything, and it has to be like that. You have to put God first in everything, and yeah, just I don't know. I guess growing up, I wasn't like always heaps religious. I was always there, like supporting my family, but I never really got taught. It's only like the last couple of years, I've really been, studying it myself. Because there's been like some crazy experiences in my life, bro. Like I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
Where you just know he's there, and I don't know. I just try put him first in everything that I do. Keep faith in his plan, like especially like how I said I was getting injured and that. Like I could, stress a lot. Like, but if you're stressing, you're not trusting in God's plan. Like at the end of the day, you have to have faith in His plan for you, and sometimes the things that you might want for yourself is not in His plan, and you have to accept that. But yeah, it's everything to me, bro. Like I can't. explain it really.
Yeah, you, Rhys?
Nah, obviously only like the last year and maybe 2 year ago, I've only just started like kind of like going into it all. But obviously, just trying to like everything happens for a reason, and like his timing is probably the best thing, and having faith in him that he will have the best outcome for me is probably definitely a big thing for me.
Religion is a big thing for me as well. It's sort of something that's been instilled in my family and stuff like that. So from young, like it feels like it's been there for me, and I sort of feel like as soon as you get it like into the type of family that I've been in, it's there, like, you know, it's there from day one. And sort of based off that, like what was the moment for you where you're like, oh, I've like snapped, like it's real, like God's there, like, and stuff like that. What was the moment for you?
Yeah.
Nah.
Or was it just something you built into?
Nah, obviously, like I went to like a Catholic school and stuff, so I was always around that kind of stuff, and always knew that he was there. It's only kind of recently that I kind of reached out to him and made sure that like it was like a thing for me to do and like connect with him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So very, it's a hard question, but
It's probably a bad way to explain it, but like I'll say this instead. Like what is like the biggest thing you feel like God's done for you in your life? What's the biggest thing that God's done for you? Like in a way that you're like, oh, like, yeah, I don't know, like that's like the biggest thing, yeah.
Say like that, and I don't know, just getting to me where I am today. Like obviously I said before, like I'm not crazy successful or anything, but the path that I probably could have chosen in my life could be a lot worse than, you know, me just sitting here now and doing what I'm doing. But, you know, just, I know sometimes when you're praying in that, you can feel his presence. And I've like, I don't know, I've had a couple like crazy experiences of, you know, I'll just say it, I don't even care. One time I was at, it was like, wasn't church, but it was like a youth sort of thing.
Like a youth centre thing.
Youth, like night and that, and me and Toro were sitting in the crowd there, whatever. And there was like a preacher at the front, and just out of nowhere, they pointed at me and said that God told me to tell you that everything's gonna be alright, like all the stuff happening in your life.
That's such a surreal feeling.
That was the first time I've ever been there. And they did not know me one tiny bit.
Yeah.
And said like, you know, all the stuff that's going on in your life, that basically might be a bit much, but God said that everything's gonna be alright. That was pretty crazy. Like, especially my first time being there, no one even knew me.
Yeah.
And for them to say that, like in the moment, it was crazy.
Yeah. How about you, Rhys? Has there been what's the biggest thing God's done for you in your life?
Nah, obviously recently, just obviously trying to talk to him and stay connected with him and having faith in him that he's going to have the best plan for me going forward in life, and that everything happens for a reason. Yeah. That's probably been the biggest thing lately, is having faith in him.
Yeah. So I know I've asked Jojo about Victorious and what's next for Victorious, but Rhys, as you're a part of Gifted, like what do you, if you could tell the people, what's the biggest thing you could see coming for Gifted?
Nah, obviously we've just come on board, and we're obviously still growing, and we're like kind of just starting to like release content and stuff. But I reckon we've got some good things coming out soon, and like we're starting these podcasts up now, and like we've got some big plans like what you've spoken about. But for me, obviously, it's just trying to get me and me out to like different kind of branches of people and stuff. So obviously just keen to get that out, and I don't know, just
get sending those clips through, man. I'm gonna make these videos for you. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I think Rhys says it perfectly. Like it's about expansion and getting people out there as much as we can. That's what I really want to do for these boys, because they meant a lot to me. They've obviously helped me out a lot with the brand and stuff like that. And I know I've had some friends on board, and Victorious also has some co-owners, with other people. So just explain to us, how did that come about? For like, what did you come with the idea to the boys to start the brand, or was that sort of a collective thing?
Yeah, well, I was originally going to start it by myself, and then I was going to get the boys to like jump on and sort of like work for me in that. But then I was just thinking about it for a little bit, and then I just thought it was best for all of us to all own it. So we ran with that idea, and yeah, we've been doing that ever since.
Yeah, sick. I know you just had some other merch releases, but is there any others that we could see upcoming after the jumpers and stuff like that? Is there any other ideas coming, or is that something that's going to come up a bit later on?
There'll be plenty of stuff that still drops for the rest of this year. Probably nothing set right now. I don't know. Actually, there's going to be a Dream Chasers drop after these hoodies. So yeah, there'll be a mad theme behind that. Probably make like a little video to show you like what the shirt actually means and that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll probably be next.
Keen to see it. Yeah. For me, like seeing your brand and the growth in it and the merchandise is a big thing for me. Like I'm going to take a lot of inspiration stuff. Like not take it obviously, but like yeah.
Copyright.
But yeah, it's I'll be taking I take a lot of inspiration of what you're doing and stuff like that, and you're definitely a main reason why I've started the brand. And well, obviously I've always sort of wanted to start one, but like seeing what you're doing and stuff like that has given me the ideas and stuff like that. And it's thank you, really, just thank you for the advice and stuff like that.
It's good to see, not much people in Canberra like try to start these things. Like you go to Sydney and every second person is doing something like this. So it's good to see people from Canberra trying something different and thinking outside of the box. So yeah, it's mad.
Well, yeah. We'll get on to a bit more fun topics. Origin 2 is coming up, lads.
Hey.
What do you guys think about the squads? And you guys are both Blues fans?
Yeah.
Yo.
So what do you guys think about the squads? Is there any changes? Is there anything you'd make?
Joey's got a lot to say about this squad. He thinks he's the assistant coach or something. Hey.
Nah. I'd say it's a little bit better. I'd probably like to see Burton in that.
Yeah, get him in there.
Nah, Bulldogs fans here, eh?
Nah, it's good. Like the Troll's back. I don't know if you would have. I personally reckon Teddy should still be in. Like I see him and Dylan Edwards, the same sort of player. Dylan Edwards probably just runs a little bit more meters, but Teddy can probably ball play that tiny bit better. Even though he didn't do it in the first game, they looked like a little bit disconnected. But I don't know. Hopefully they can get the win. But Queensland team's looking pretty gun as well.
Yeah. How are you starting your changes?
Nah, I think Latrell was a must, and he's like what everyone's kind of been saying. He's that bully that New South Wales need. Like, he's definitely one person I wouldn't want to come up against. Like, he's just an Origin player, if that's the best way to put it. But glad Moses is there. Like, Hines is just probably not suited to that arena. Just probably doesn't have the kicking game. That's probably like
it's at halfback.
Yeah, for halfback, yeah. He could possibly play 6, but like his kicking game just wasn't it. Like nowhere near it.
Crazy.
And then, I feel like obviously Burden's obviously a good person to have on a bench, but I feel like Connor Watson is actually like a real good kind of player to have. Because like he can play in the middle, 9, he's played in the halves, fullback, like he can play literally anywhere on the field. But
they don't even need him. They already have middles on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Anyone can play like the whole back line.
Yeah, so can Connor Watson.
There you go.
Well, put Connor Watson the fullback.
Nah.
I don't know.
No, but so a bit more NRL topic. You boys, your wing, Rhys, you're a halfback. What would you say is top 3 in those positions right now as we're speaking?
Halfbacks.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't really say much, but obviously Nathan Cleary is probably the top one, even though that he hasn't played much this year. Just his resume behind it all is he's probably like the number 1 player. But if we're going off form, you're probably going Cherry Evans. Like he's been pretty gun this year.
Yeah.
Like even though he didn't play good in Origin, like Hines has been playing some crazy club football. Like he's been pretty up there as well. And I don't know. It's a bit biased, but I reckon Ben Hunt's been pretty good for the Dragons. Hey.
No Drew Hutchinson?
Nah.
Crazy. How about wingers?
Obviously, Toto, he's a freak. He starts show that every week.
What, no Lomax?
I'm getting there.
No Lomax for me.
Probably Xavier Coates. He's been pretty freaky this year as well.
Well, you don't reckon Rhys?
No, I didn't say anything.
No, so I've just seen the basic questions, right?
Probably Lomax as well. He's been playing his best year yet on the wing. Apparently, even though he doesn't want to play there, but yeah.
As you say, that's like
He's a winger.
That's odd, eh?
He's
You're playing your best footy there. Like, why wouldn't you want to stay? I don't know.
He's a pure winger.
That's a bit odd, too. Didn't he fall Flegg Dragons because of that?
Yeah, but
Well, that's where he's
might
moved.
even end up playing.
Yeah, he's going to play there anyways, probably. Like, why wouldn't you put him there?
Yeah, he's been pretty gun. But
Too bad Dragons aren't too good, huh?
What was the score against Doggies? What was that? You know,
like I said, he's got us off on our off week. We were good one week. Like see this week, didn't win this week. Next week we'll win.
Nah.
Then we'll lose again. Then we'll win. We're going win for win.
Bit of inconsistency, I see.
You don't. Bulldogs have only just recently found some. So,
Mate, what do you mean?
At least we found it.
Winning all year, mate. Winning all year. Nah. So yeah, I'll just end this off with if you were going to tell any kids that wanted to play footy or get into footy, what advice would you give them to like be a footy player? Like what's the biggest things for you into being an actual footy player and getting somewhere with it?
now obviously, like you just got to train as hard as you can, and like not everything's given to you. Like only if you're talented, like that's only going to last you, like your juniors, and then once you start going up, like you just got to keep training harder and harder, and like kind of try to stay at the top for as long as you can, and just be ready for any setbacks or any injuries or anything that's going to happen to you.
Yeah, probably just going off the back of that. I'd say like just when you're young, just have fun with it. You know, once you start getting a little bit older and everyone starts growing, like I don't know. For me, like when in the younger days, I was bigger than everyone. So once everyone started catching up, I had to train a lot harder to stay, I guess, like to perform like at the level that I was when everyone was still smaller than me. So probably just say, you know, once everyone like starts getting to around the same size, it's basically whoever works the hardest, whoever puts in the most hours, the most training, it's basically going to be the best. And just staying consistent, and just train hard. Obviously, like gym, diet, everything, and then like working on like your basic skills of the game will get you pretty far.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we'll probably wrap up there. Before we end, is there any plugs or shout outs you guys want to give out to anyone or to brands, obviously? Because I know,
What did you reckon about?
Chuck it on, yeah. Is there anything?
Just Victorious, obviously, this guy's brand, and Gifted Media. Hopefully, just keep on growing and slowly start coming up.
Yeah, 100%. We'll leave all Victorious's links in the description. And one thing you probably forgot to plug was your own YouTube channels and stuff like that too. We'll chuck those all down there. We'll chuck everything down there. And make sure to follow up on the Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube, on not just his but also ours. We'll see you when we see you, I guess.